You ready, Appo? Hold on. You have to wait. You have to wait. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Hi, everyone. It's Anthony, back with another video here on Single and Placey. Ing. Hi. How's it going? Hope you're having a good day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Hi, hello. We're back here with another vlog. That's right. We're doing it. We're going to respond to some comments. We're going to get into it. It's only been 24 hours since our last vlog and 48 hours since the one before that. It is Tuesday today, and I've been doing one every day, Sunday, Monday, and today. I'm trying to get through some more responding to your comments, and make sure to leave in the comments how things are going for you this time around. I have no idea when I'll get this edited and uploaded. I'm going to try to get it done tonight, because tomorrow's docket is filming my trip announcement for the other channel. So hopefully I'll be able to get that done. Now, I will say that I might be a little verklempt, might be a little rough in the voice, because today I had a career event for work. It was at the School of Mines, which is just up the street. We've walked through that campus many times, but it is the largest career event, job fair that my organization does every year, with the most turnout, because we hire a lot of engineers, and that school is all about engineering, data science, that type of thing. So we probably talked to a few hundred alumni and students today, and there was 3 of us manning the booth. So I'd say we each talked to an average about 100 students, just talking about careers and internships and giving our whole sales pitch and spiel. So I have been talking pretty much nonstop since 8:30 this morning was when the alumni had access. It ended at 3:30. So what is that? 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 7 hours of just talking and talking and talking, and now here we are. So we'll see how good I do, but I really want to get through some comments. So yeah, no real life updates for you. Since the last time we filmed, I didn't even diamond paint last night. I made dinner. Oh, went and got my toner from Walgreens. It was a different employee working the evening shift, so I didn't have to face the employees that I talked to when I first went there, so it was fine. But they had it. It's the right toner. I got 2 of them, so I'll be trying that for the first time tonight. But that's the update on that. I almost took a picture of them to put in the last vlog, and I was like, I'll just tell everyone. So we're out here walking Apollo, get him a potty break. My feet are also a little bit sore because we've been standing in front of our booth all day. I've been on my feet, walking around the booth and talking to students, alumni, and shaking hands and chit-chatting all day. So I'll probably be moving a little bit slow too. I'll probably let him stop and sniff more, just because I don't know how far we'll get. But I'm gonna get right into comments. Hope you're doing well. Make sure to leave in the comments for this video anything, any questions, anything, how things are going for you, all that good stuff. So yeah, doing good. It's only been a day since the last video that you watched, at least as far as filming timeline goes. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay. All right, so Apollo, don't tie me up. Don't tie me up, little boy. Ready? So Chris, 7865, says, I enjoy your enthusiasm about your theme park vacation plans. I have the same love for theme parks, specifically Disney theme parks. I hope one day to go to Tokyo Disney Sea when my son is older. It's interesting that the coaster YouTube watchers want facts about the rides. When I watch Disney World vlogs, I just like to see people having fun and experiencing the parks. I especially like watching them when I'm about to take a trip because it helps build anticipation and excitement for my upcoming one. Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for the comment. And if you haven't checked out Coaster Pursuit, my second channel, it's all about theme parks and roller coasters, so you might take some fun out of that. Disney in general is on my someday list. I've been to Disney World once when I was a young lad. I think we did Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Animal Kingdom. But I don't think we did the MGM. I think back then it was still the MGM whatever studios or whatever it was called. I don't think we did that, but we did do SeaWorld in Orlando. And we did the Kennedy Space Center. I think we did that. And then we did Daytona. We went and did a day at Daytona. And then we also did a couple other like touristy things while we were in Florida. But I was a wee lad. I think that was maybe middle school or elementary school still. I can't remember, but I was young. It was the 90s. So, yeah. Yeah, I think for the Disney World peeps, the Disney World fandom is more about the theming and the dark rides. There's not too much in the way of like thrill coasters in the Disney World lineup. I mean, you have Tron. I think there's the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind that's there, that's around now, and some other ones. Expedition Everest, I think you'd consider a thrill coaster, but nothing like huge with a ton of inversions and stuff, or loops, I guess, upside down. So I think it's just a different breed. The Disney park breed is a little bit different than the main coaster enthusiast. So coaster enthusiasts are certainly fans of knowing the stats and the manufacturers and the height and the speed and the length and how many times does it go upside down and what different elements it has. So it's kind of a different breed, but they certainly overlap quite a bit. And Tokyo Disney Sea looks incredible. I want to go there someday. And I want to start going to some true theme parks, as opposed to what you call an amusement park, where it's just like, we're just going to plop a roller coaster down on some asphalt, or with some mild theming. I do want to start going to some parks like Universal and Disney that are more into the theming, because I love scenery and theming too. But I think my heart would prefer, I would prefer if I got to pick to go to a park that's got like a crazy intense roller coaster or roller coasters, as opposed to something that has less intense coasters but higher theming. But I want to do it all for sure. Ready? Up, up, good boy. I want to do it all for sure, but yeah, the coaster enthusiasts are certainly more into the thrills and the height and the speed and the different styles of roller coasters, as opposed to like the theming and that stuff. Again, there is some overlap. But yeah, there's even a group called ACE, American Coaster Enthusiasts, and they do some events throughout the country throughout the year. And again, they're all kind of die-hard coaster fans. So it's just a different breed, but most content creators that are into coasters, like Coaster Studios, they certainly focus on the theming and the look and the feel of parks and the experience as well, and just the excitement of going, just as much as they do the facts and figures. But you kind of have to have both. You kind of have to include in your vlog, like, oh, look at the scenery and greenery, and this is themed so well, but also, okay, well, now that we've taken a look at that, let's go on our next coaster, which is going to be Voltron at Europa Park, or I forget which park that is. I think that's right. And this coaster is a mock extreme spinning coaster with a height of X amount. It has X amount of inversions, and super, super cool. So you kind of need to work in the technical details as well as the beauty, the visuals. So, and I'm more focused on the experience and the feel and the fun and stuff, or at least that's what I take away most often. But I need to get better at the numbers and the details. You didn't even go number 2, Apo. I guess you'll do it at the park. So yeah, it's an interesting blend. I feel like I wouldn't consider myself a Disney park enthusiast because I'm more of like a Six Flags, Cedar Fair. I want to go on the tallest, the fastest, the longest, the most unique and rare, even if that coaster is just plopped down on a bunch of asphalt with very minimal, if any, theming. So yeah, stay here. Hi. Okay, thanks. So yeah, I don't mind if it's just a coaster plopped down on flat land with, you know, a decent paint job and the station's just a box. Like, I'm okay. I want to be up in the air. I want to be upside down. I want to be thrown around, even if there's not fun animatronics and stuff along the way. But it's not that I don't want or wouldn't mind that. It's just that, again, if I got to pick, if someone was like, you get to go to Disney World or you get to go to Cedar Point, I'd probably say Cedar Point because I want to go on the coaster that's 400 feet tall as opposed to going on It's a Small World or stuff like that, you know. But Disney World is on my list, and I think another reason why Disney is something that I keep saying I'll do later, is because they're constantly pumping investment into those parks and things are always changing. So I'm like, even if I go in 2 years, or I'll most likely have something new. Like, they're relatively good about not being stagnant. So I feel like anytime I go, I'll have some fun new experiences too, and maybe some brand new things to check out. So it's ever evolving. So I think that's also why I'm kind of like, I'll wait. And the cost associated with Disney versus your traditional, like, regional theme park. The cost associated with Disney is just so much higher. So I'm like, I have things higher on my list. Even going to, like, something like, all right, you get to do a trip to Six Flags Over Georgia and Fun Spot Atlanta and Carowinds versus going down to Florida. I'd probably almost pick that before I'd go down and do the Disney stuff. Honestly, I feel like the Disney and Universal parks might be some of the last parks I do trips out to before or after I do, like, all the major Six Flags and bigger rides. Even some international trips would be higher on my list. But yeah. Vaughn Miller says, hi Vaughn, or not Vaughn Miller, is mixing up two different names. Vaughn Kaiser, hi Vaughn, says, all sports announcers have computers with facts in front of them, so I see no problem with you not memorizing the coaster stuff. How long of a ride is that big one in Saudi? I don't know how long you're on the ride because the sheer speed of it, I couldn't say, but 17,000 feet of track. I'd have to assume that ride's going to be in the 3 to 4 minute range, whereas most coasters are 2 minutes or less. Some are up to 3, like Steel Vengeance in Cedar Point, I think is about 5,700 feet of track. And I think that's almost a 3-minute ride maybe. So maybe it's even longer, maybe like 6-7 minutes. I'm not sure, but it goes so fast that could be over way more quickly. But it's huge. It's the longest coaster by thousands of feet. So let me see. What did we say? It was like close to 18,000 feet. Let's just give that number. 18,000 feet in miles. 3.4 miles long, just to give you an idea of how long that ride is. That's crazy. At that speed, you'll be done before you even get on. Yeah, see, you've even piqued my non-coaster interest. See, I know there's some hidden coaster enthusiasts or coaster theme park fans in this little crafting group. I know it. As for the auction, I like the auction idea because I hate having to be quick, but maybe going by $2 or $5 increments would move it along a little better. Yeah, that's true. But I feel like, I don't know. You're right. If I do it by $2, I would just have to ask people to remember that it's in $2 increments. So when they bid, I don't have to be like, hey, that's just $1, or hey, that's just $4 if I do a $10. I feel like 1 is an easy number to remember. If someone just put in a bid for 34, then you know to go 35 and not, okay, it's 36, now it's 38, I don't know. I think I've only ever seen dollar increments on live auctions for D-stashes that I've been on, but I'll consider it. Hold on, potty break. So yeah, that's definitely something to think about. I will take that into consideration. I'm also trying to figure out how to decide like what the starting bids should be. If we go that route, if I should just take the purchase price and cut it in half and then go from there, or take into account that some of them are more rare. So yeah, hold on. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Come on. Hop up. What? You know how to get up there. Come on. There you go. Move that butt. Move that butt. Good boy. Good job, buddy. Yeah. Okay. Let's get on your other one. Whoa. Let's get on your other one. Okay, hop up. Good boy. Go. Leg up. Good boy. Nice. You went fast that time. Good job, buddy. Yeah. You're doing good. So yeah, I'll have to think about that. Thank you for the comment. And then Casey, that's me, says, I love your walk-in chats so much. I do really want to purchase one of your stash paintings. I would prefer you just pay what you want, but I realize that it may be more profitable to auction. It's not necessarily about being more profitable. It's more about giving everyone a chance to get the kit that they really want, because when you do a flat rate and it's just the first person that says mine, then, and this has happened in the D-stash that I did last time, is someone would claim it, and then somebody else would be like, dang it, I wasn't fast enough, or I didn't have my phone close to me after I heard you put that one up for a starting bid, and I really wanted that one. And I'd get messages of like, let me know if that person doesn't pay for it, because if they don't, then I want it, and I'm trying to keep track of that for people. So it's more about making sure that people that are dying for a particular kit truly have the opportunity to snag it. How about, as opposed to being more profitable. I'm not super concerned about that. Like, I understand that I'm going to be taking a loss on these kits. So hop up, good boy, nice job, thank you. So yeah, it's less about that. And more of just, I guess, making it more fair, I guess. I feel out of place because I don't share a personal relationship with anyone in the community. Aw. It's funny because I feel like I know everyone, but no one knows me. I know you. Regardless, Anthony, I'm a faithful viewer who just loves some you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yeah. I mean, it's your call. Like it will at least be a live stream, as opposed to just saying, hey, message me individually. I'll put the Google Doc up, and if you're interested, message me, and then we can work it out one-on-one. That's just a lot of work to open that up to everybody. And part of me, because I love you and I love all of you, wants me to say, I'll make an exception and you can tell me what you want and we can work it out. But again, I want to keep it fair so everyone has a chance to snag a kit. Now, what I could see happening is after the D-stash, maybe I have some kits that nobody bidded on. Nobody wanted them. So they're just sitting around. And I could see myself opening it up for direct messages for people to just buy it directly if they wanted. But it's either going to be a live stream with a set price or a live stream auction style. It'll be one of the two. And I get it, I get it if you feel uncomfortable or don't really want to be participating in a live event. That's totally, I totally understand. I've been in that same boat sometimes where I'm just like, I'll watch, but I'm not gonna chime in. But usually for those auctions or those D-stashes, at least the last one I did, I had so many people that came in that names that I had never heard before, but they just knew through the scuttlebutt that I was doing a D-stash. And so they popped on just to bid on something, and then they were kind of in and out. So don't feel like you have to do a ton of engagement while you're on a live stream or anything like that. And no one's gonna get mad if you sneak in and swoop a canvas out from under someone. And I'd like to make sure that I'm keeping a safe space for everyone that's on live streams that I do. So I hope you would feel welcome coming and hanging out with me, even if it's just that one time. But I also understand if that's not your bag, but I will, either way, it'll be done live version, but it's completely up to you. No pressure, nothing like that. And if there's a kit that you want that ends up not getting picked up, then, like I said, I'll most likely just put those up for direct sale, because last time there was only, I think, 2 or 3 kits that didn't sell. You can always let me know that way. So, yeah. And message me directly on Instagram if you want to talk through it more. I'm totally open to having a discussion. And again, I already asked Mia if she'd help me with this whenever I decide to do it, so I have a moderator there. I'd probably reach out to Mary to see if she has the opportunity to help out, just to make sure that the chat's staying nice and friendly and welcoming. So, yeah. Mr. Savage Beat says, what a beautiful day in Golden for a walk. Thanks for sharing. Of course, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And that gets us to all the most recent comments. Now we're going back 7 months, so just keep that in mind. We're 7 months deep now. Avery says, I can make you some hair scrunchies for your hair. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the offer. I've got short hair now, but if I ever grow it out long enough and you see that, I would love to get some. I had some from Mooney Made, and I used them to keep my finished canvases together. I would just scrunchie them when they were rolled up, and I used them just as storage helpers. And now I think I just have them in my craft drawer. And then Trin gives some heart emojis. And then we have Mimi Sparkling Diamonds saying, oh, okay, had to catch up to Apollo. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. Honestly, this is the only Yume kit I've considered, but haven't purchased due to the great sadness it brings, as we have lost 2 of our dogs. One was 13 years old, and he grew up with our son, and one was 5 years old. Oh, both sweet boys. I'm so sorry. We miss them daily, but beautiful piece of art and a heartfelt tribute to a lost pet. That's in regards to In Your Memory by Yume Art. That's a kit that I forgot I had. And yeah, that one took me a long time to buy, because even though I've still got my Apo here with me, it makes me emotional to think about the day when I might not have him. So I had a hard time even buying that, but I was worried that someday it would be discontinued. And so I just, I might not ever do it, but I have it in case I decide I want to. But it's nice to have the option, I suppose. But yeah, that was a tough buy and a tough unboxing. Asia says, and I know Asia's gone through the similar thing. Hi, Anthony. Thank you for this unboxing. This painting is very important to me because I bought it to commemorate my dog, Fredzio. It's been a month since I had to say goodbye to him. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm extremely sad because I miss him terribly, but I know that he's happy now and running across the Rainbow Bridge with other dogs. Yes. Come on, baby. Let's go. He smiles at me and watches over for me from above. Oh my gosh, I'm getting all choked up. The painting is beautiful, has beautiful colors, and is definitely my favorite. I know that working on it will be a roller coaster of emotions, but I also know that it'll give me a lot of joy. Oops, sorry, Apollo, I'm walking too slow. He's jumping, but I'm keeping him from landing his jumps. I'm sorry, baby. This is the last big one, so hold on, everyone. I gotta walk faster. My feet hurt so bad. Up, up. Good boy. But I'll know it'll give me a lot of joy when I see the end result. Please give Apollo a hug for me. Yes, I will. Absolutely. Thank you for the comment. And yeah, it's a tough canvas, man. It's tough. And then Mia says, hey, love. I love our chit chat almost daily, even if it's just a few sentences about nothing important. Okay, here's the plan. When you and Elisa Maria meet up for lunch or whatever, we're going to video chat. That way it feels like I'm there too. Can't wait to hear about those wedding trips and see videos from the parks and rides you're getting on. Time for me to head to bed. Hubs and I are going to my BFF and her hubs tomorrow for coffee and dinner, so need to get my sleep in. Give Apollo his nose boop and a few treats from Auntie Mia, and lots of hugs. Love to you both. Yes, I will give him some treats, even though 7 months delayed, but I'll give him some tonight. Hep up. Hep up. No? Okay. I'm fine with you not getting up there. Yeah, Elisa Maria and I ended up not connecting. We just weren't able to sync up. But I'm trying to make a more concerted effort now on checking my email, checking my Instagram. So if anyone does want to meet up in Louisville, Cincinnati, Pigeon Forge, Nashville, Doswell, Virginia, or Bowie or Bowie, Maryland. That's where life's taking me in the next a little over 3 weeks, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you, Mia. And, Doodles and Diamonds says, I finished this one last year. It's lovely and works up quickly. Oh, nice. That was Flamingo Paradise by Sandra Bergeron. Thank you. And Veronica Backlund says, this video made me so happy. Thank you for the unboxing for Island of Time by Color Out of Place, of course, and thanks for watching. And Debbie Rice says we've got a jumping Apollo. Says, this is beautiful. I did get this one, and it was a last-minute decision. I'm loving the rendering. I love the enhancements on this painting. Oh, nice. And Tracy Cruz says, oh, this hurts my heart, but how beautiful. We have lost 2 of our boys, the young ages of 3 and 4. Oh, R.I.P. Griffin and Yogi. Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry. I love this piece, Anthony. Such a great memory piece. Yes, for sure. For sure. They are brewing at the Coors plant right now, and it smells like barley and wheat in the town right now. It smells like bread in Golden. Okay. Let's not go out in the street, please. Kim Delger says, I am 100% honest about Hershey PA smelling like chocolate. You know what? I didn't catch that when I was there. Like, I didn't clock it. It might have absolutely smelled like chocolate, but I guess I just forgot to be on the sniff for it. But it didn't smell like chocolate to me at the park until I got into their little, like, chocolate, like, gift shop. They call it, like, Hershey's Chocolate World, where they've got all the candies and stuff indoors. That definitely smelled just like chocolate and sweets. But the park itself in the town, at least it didn't hit my nose. But again, it was kind of a little blustery the day I got in, and then the next day it was raining the entire day. So maybe that knocks the scent out of the air. But next time I go, I'll try to remember to be on the sniff for it. Nope, we don't go in people's yards. You know that. My hubby and I totally enjoyed that quirk, but you find that once you've been in Hershey for a bit, you become desensitized to the aroma. At the time we were there. The streetlights look like chocolate kisses too. Like I said, though, that was about 20 years ago, so you'll have to let us know if it's still true. I just didn't smell it. But again, maybe it did and I just didn't notice, or the rain kind of changed things. And I didn't go into town. I went to the theme park and then to Hershey Hotel and back. And I didn't have time to actually go through town. So maybe next time I'll make some time to go into town, because I wanted to go to the museum and the botanical gardens, but I was just moving too fast. But thank you for the comment. Lisa says, I'm a round gal myself. I never do squares. I think I told you before, but I can't stand the crunch of squares for some reason. It hurts my teeth. Interesting. Yeah, I think you have mentioned that. I miss you and Apollo, but I'm so glad your social life is busier. Ooh, maybe soon we can do a whip and chat with Anthony and special guest Matt. Love you, Anthony. No, that won't happen. He's gone. He's donezo. But maybe someday with somebody else. You never know. But you will get to see a Matt on an upcoming Coaster Pursuit video, probably in November, because my buddy Matt from Nashville is coming with me to Dollywood for a day. So you'll get to see him if you're subscribed to the other channel. And then I may have some friends coming with me to Kings Island, maybe one person. And then we'll have a huge group of people in November for Six Flags America. You'll get to see probably the Coaster Studios peeps, Taylor and Sarah, if they'll let me film them, and a bunch of other enthusiasts as well. So if you're subscribed to that channel, those vlogs, those theme park vlogs, you'll get to see some of my close friends. I've known Matt since I worked on the cruise ship, so almost 20 years now. And yeah, so you'll get to meet some of those friends. Alex and MJ were on my Knoebels trip video on Coaster Pursuit. So if you watch that Knoebels video, you'll get to see Alex and MJ, who got married in Mexico this summer. So another reason to stop over to the other channel. Please. I'll put the link in the description, please. It's fun. You'll have a good time, I promise. It's just this with more screaming. So yeah, thank you for the comment. And we have Debbie W 8431 says gorgeous in regards to Flamingo Paradise. Thank you. Tracy Owen says, hi Anthony, great video, love the picture, look forward to seeing it completed for Island of Time. Yeah, that one is definitely one I want to hold on to. Pretty much all of my Color Out of Place kits I'd like to keep around. Then ILTB 59474 says, hello Anthony, having lots of pets, I can certainly understand the hesitancy you would have for doing this kit. I would suggest it might be better for you to do it soon while Apollo is with you, as you probably could not do it once he's gone a long time from now. You would only have to hang it in a place of honor when you would be grieving. Just a suggestion for you to ponder. Love all your videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's something to keep in mind. It might be something that I break out sooner than later. That way the emotions aren't with me. I don't know. I just feel like no matter when I do it, I'm going to be thinking about when it does happen, and then when it does happen, I'll be thinking about it. I don't think there's ever going to be a good time. Again, it might be a kit that I never do. I just don't know. But that is a good suggestion. All right, and then Tiny Turtle says, wow, the conversation took a dark turn that I wasn't expecting. I love that you've thought through all these murderous scenarios. Oh, I think that was a vlog. An old vlog. I don't even remember what I was saying. Come on, Apollo. You know very well that you're not supposed to go in yards. Why are you acting like this? You stay on the sidewalk. Thank you. He keeps wanting to pull and to sniff people's trees and bushes and stuff. And I'm like, no, we stay on the sidewalk or we stay on the ledge. But we don't go exploring in people's yards because they don't like that. And I wouldn't like that. So yeah. Doodles and Diamond says, hi Anthony, just have to say Apollo was so lucky to have you. You give him the longest walks, especially in Colorado in the winter. I live in Castle Rock and can't stand the cold for long walks. Yeah, it's a lot, but I just bundle myself up because otherwise he will tear the house apart and he will be nagging me, so I don't really have a choice. But yeah, I'll do whatever he needs me to do. So yeah, thank you so much for the comment. And you live in Castle Rock. If you want to do anything local, like a little diamond painting meetup at like a community center or a library, or grab coffee, I'm always available. Let me know. And Asia says, what a beautiful painting. These colors make me smile. Maybe I will buy it if it comes back into stock because it really looks great and there's something about it that calms me. That was for Island of Time. Yeah, it's a super just relaxing piece. So yeah, I really enjoy it. And I hope if you ended up getting it that you do too. Mimi Sparkling Diamond says, very nice. Love this vibe. Love Colorado. We vacation in Estes Park with my parents and summer home every year there. Yeah, I think you mentioned that. I do an Estes Park visit at least once a year, if not multiple times. I need to go back there this year because they opened, it's a kiddie coaster called, I think it's called Gold Rusher. It's a little kiddie coaster that they opened up at the little Funplex, the family Funplex there in Estes Park. It opened, I think, June 27th, but I haven't been back up to ride it. So it's one of the only coasters in Colorado that's not a mountain coaster like an alpine coaster that I haven't ridden. Haven't ridden that one, and there's another kids coaster in Colorado Springs called Candy Cane Coaster at Santa's Village, which is a little Christmas themed like kids playland. But they're both kids rides, so that's why they're not super high on my list. Just have to sit alone and take up the whole row, the whole train, because my big old bod, and I wouldn't want a kid sitting next to me anyway. So yeah. But Estes Park is beautiful. I went up there for the Coaster Pursuit channel this summer to ride their mountain coaster, which is called Mustang Mountain. I rode that this summer. So, and I went to Stanley Hotel just to show the people on the other channel around Estes Park. So you might want to check that out. Okay. And Kim Delger says, needing to see where you're walking in the dark isn't important to me. I just worry about you and Apollo seeing where you're going. I love the vlogs and normally just listen to them. So continue on as usual, Anthony. Just be safe. Oh, I absolutely do. And when it gets dark, I usually have my headlamp or I'll put Apollo's light on. Sometimes I'm not smart and I don't bring those things with me. I try to always make sure I have them, or at least have them in the car and charged. But if I don't, a lot of the places we go to, you know, the moonlight is showing the path at least a little bit so I can find my way so I'm not completely just stumbling in the dark. But there have been times where we've been on hikes and it gets dark and I'm like, I don't have my light and you don't have your light. We're just gonna have to do the best we can, but I appreciate it. And yeah, we do try to stay safe. Tracy Cruz says, LMAO at the end for my vlog 169. I don't even remember what I said. But thank you. And Vaughn says, oh, Anthony, all I wondered was if I chose the wrong enhancements, how much will it mess up a picture compared to how it's drawn and charted by real artists? You've even said I don't want to mess it up before. Oh, okay. What an interesting rabbit hole you've turned it into, LOL. I think we were talking about like what constitutes too much change, but yeah, I think for me, mess it up means like I start to lose the detail, or you start to even lose what the subject is because it's just so glitzy and so glam that it's like, what am I even looking at anymore? So yeah, I'm sorry if I misinterpreted that comment back then. But yeah, no, I totally understand. So yeah, thank you. We'll go on. I bet Van Gogh would be floored if he saw we were doing with his work. Is that a cat on my starry night? Yeah, seriously. And the guys who invented pointillism would be like, told you so. Actually, this might even lead to the AI conversation. Art keeps changing. We're not etching on caves anymore. Now it's just on t-shirts and coffee mugs, so we just need to be accepting of change and keep it up. Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. And again, my apologies if I misinterpreted your comment, but it does lead to an interesting conversation for sure, so I appreciate it. Hold on. I'll let those bikes go by. I don't think you're supposed to be riding dirt bikes on streets, but whatever. Paula McCaffrey says, I don't think I could ever do this canvas even though it's beautiful. I think I would ruin the canvas with my tears. Oh my goodness. I've had many special dogs in my life. One was a little mini schnauzer that was born with a defect, so we had to put her in a high chair to feed her a liquidy food. She ate like that her entire life, which was over 10 years. Oh, wow. Well, good for you for taking care of a dog that needed that special care. A lot of people would not do that, so that's awesome. Thank you for the comment. Jordan says, hi, Anthony. Maybe you could do this canvas for someone close to you who has lost their pet. Hold on. Just need to push the button here. Push the button. Push the button. My son has his beloved dog Mischief stolen, had his beloved dog Mischief stolen when he was quite young. Oh my gosh. He's never had another pet. Maybe I'll get this and do it for him. Having his pet stolen is like a sort of death. Yeah, absolutely. I think you mentioned that to me before, that had happened, and that is insane. I don't know what I'd do if I lost Apollo in that manner. I would be, I'm not going to think about it. I'll just go down a whole depression hole, but yeah, that's horrible. I'm sorry. And then Heather Brooks says, yikes, trying to diamond paint a photo of my dog that passed in August. Now I can't see the symbols and I was doing so well. Oh no, I'm sorry. And Trin gives some heart emojis. Thank you all for the comments. I appreciate it. And yeah, I can't even imagine how you guys feel as folks that have lost dogs, lost pets in one way or another. I can't imagine. Yeah, I'm sorry. And then Lisa Noof says, this is beautiful. I was tempted to get it and still may at some point. And Mr. Savage Beat says, same. That was in regards to Island of Time. Then Mia says, why did I not comment on this one? Question mark. Well, I love it so much. It's a stunning piece of artwork. And dang it, you did finish this one really fast. Have a great day. That was for Wizard Spell. Yeah, I tried to move quickly on that because that was a gift. And Steph Frickle says, what a wonderful color palette. And the image is very special. Thank you for unboxing. Of course, thanks for watching. And Melissa Wood says, hey Anthony, it was me that asked about the Emma Casey DP Addict for the pinup event. I had already read your comment. Thanks for your response. It was perfect. I went with Miss Fluff's Christmas Cutie on one that I had asked about earlier. Her vibe is very similar to Betty Boop. Searched a lot of different diamond painting shops and it was really hard to find a lot of variety in what I think would fit as licensed artwork. I did keep coming back to Miss Fluff though. Seemed to be really attracted to her work. Thank you for taking the time to discuss with me even though you aren't ready for the event yet. No, it's totally fine. And I'm glad you were able to find something. I think you mentioned that the shop that had Miss Fluff's artwork either no longer carries it or the shop itself is no longer in business. I can't remember. But then you ended up sending me some Miss Fluff merchandise for the giveaway, so I really appreciate it. So we've come a long way in the past 7 months. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Debbie Rice says, this has been in my wish list forever. It's absolutely beautiful for Flamingo Paradise. And Diamonds and Doberman says, I have this in my stash. I think it's gorgeous. Might get to it this summer. Thanks for sharing. Of course, thanks for watching. And DP Landscape Lover Alicia says, love the colors. The reflection is beautiful. Yeah, it is. And Tracy Lautschlager says, oh my, I was eyeballing this one when it came out. I really don't need it, but I sure do want it. What the heck am I going to do with all these ginormous diamond paintings? Oh, and that's a problem for another day. Oh, well, that's a problem for another day. Beautiful painting. Thanks for sharing. Of course, thanks for watching. And Riot says, hi, Anthony. Regarding your new tires, you can look on the bright side, timing-wise, as tires are one of those things likely to be hit hard by tariffs, so at least you're set for a while. Yeah, for sure. That is good. That is on the bright side. And it's been so nice knowing I have those nice brand new sparkly tires. They're still looking great. Probably should get them rotated before the winter, but they're still looking great. And it's been nice knowing that I have like nice, solid, safe tires in the rain. So yeah. Diamond Painting Care says, hi, Anthony. Apollo is looking good. Had a bad flare of diverticulitis. Somewhat busy week painting. A question of reality. Oh, nice. I'm glad that you were that you're working on A Question of Reality. So that's awesome. Diamond Painting Care. I have an email from you that I keep forgetting to respond to, that I need to respond to. And if you're listening to this, just know that I saw it and I will get to it very soon. And I guess, I hope you don't mind me sharing. Is that okay? You know what? I'll wait for you to say it's okay. But we'll talk about it first and then I'll discuss it on the channel. But I did see your email. I will respond. Asia says, hey friend, hope you had a wonderful week and the weekend looks promising as well. Recently on my way home from work, I came across a herd of wild boars while listening to a crime podcast from Rotten Mango. I have never run so fast in my life. I swear they were fenced in with a net, but there were young wild boars nearby, so if they felt a threat to the entire herd, they would have easily broken the fence. What? The song at the end was great. Thank you for making me feel better. As for the comment I added with my name and interesting facts, you could definitely read it. I would love to meet you too. If you're in Energylandia, I'll be happy to come. Yes, Energylandia will be in most likely early September of 2026. That's my first stop. No matter what I do, Energylandia and Legendia will be my first two parks on my Europe trip, and that'll most likely be super early September. I'm thinking of leaving early or late August, like August 29th, and then staying through the 19th of September is kind of what I have figured out. But there's nothing firm. I haven't purchased any tickets yet. But yeah, I'll be flying from Denver to Krakow, going to Energylandia and Legendia 2 days. I'll do Legendia first for a few hours because I heard that park's rather small. Then a half day or a 3/4 day at Energylandia, then another full day at Energylandia, and then leaving from Krakow to Frankfurt, and then doing Europa Park and some other parks in that area. Then from Frankfurt to Amsterdam to do everything around there, and then Amsterdam to Copenhagen, and then Copenhagen to Denver. That's kind of what I think is going to happen. But again, nothing's set in stone. So yeah, we will meet and we will ride roller coasters together at Energylandia. We will do it. But think late, either super late August, like last day of August, or first couple days of September. Just think about that, of 2026. But we're meeting. It's happening. We're going to flip upside down together. We're going to go on, what's the coaster there? Is it Zadra? I forget. I think it's Zadra that I'm really excited to ride. There's a bunch there. Energylandia is huge. Anyway, thank you. And Vaughn says, may the glue be long dry before you need to work on it in regards to in your memory. Yes, I hope so. I hope when I finally, if something happens and I decide, oh, I'm going to pull down that kit, it's unusable. First time I've said that about a diamond painting. And Lisa Noof says, hi, Anthony. I was diamond painting away until you were talking about murderers lurking in the dark. Since it's nighttime here, I had to get up and double check my doors and make sure they were locked. That's funny. Should we turn around because we've got some, looks like some storms blowing in. So let's turn around and see where that puts us. Do you want to just walk the way we came, Apo? Yeah, I'm gonna let you sniff around while we chat. Should I be worried about you and Apollo walking after dark, or should I be more worried that you seem to know a killer's mind works and where he would put the bodies? Probably both. Vaughn gave some laughing into emojis. So did Tracy Lautenschlager, and Majestic says, OMG, Lisa, yep, your comment has me dying right now. I needed that good laugh. Aw, that's funny. Probably a little of A and a little of B. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we're going to keep... I really don't want to keep going and get caught in the rain. Apollo, I know you want to pull me forward, but I'm making an executive decision that we're turning for home because we already got rained out once. We don't need to do it again. All right, and Mimi Sparkling Diamond says, beautiful, love all the pinks and red in this one. Thank you. And Doretta says it's beautiful. I can't wait to see it completed. And Veronica Backlund says, when do you start color out of place paintings? Can't wait to see those whips. Yeah, I need to just do one, right? I don't know when. Someday. I've only got so much diamond painting in me. And I'll be honest, I've been slacking since Friday. Haven't really diamond painted that much at all because one of my favorite video game franchises or series called Borderlands just released Borderlands 4 on Friday. And so that's what I've been doing with my free time, is playing Borderlands. So I haven't really been diamond painting that much. I don't think at all in the past Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 days. So I need to get on it. I'm going to take a break today and I'll get back to diamond painting because I'm slacking. That game has totally drawn in my interest. It's so much fun. It lives up to the hype I had in my head. It's been 6 years since that series Borderlands has released a new game, and so I've really been looking forward to it, and it's very good. It's very, very good. So, but I'll cool it for a couple nights so I can keep working on stuff. But someday I'll get to my color out of place kits. I mean, that comment's 7 months old and I still haven't done one. Steffi Frickle says, funny story, I opened your channel on the TV and my hubby says, wow, what a wonderful painting. And I looked and said, the mill? Yeah. Then I started the video and showed him the whole canvas. Normally he is not so interested in diamond painting. But yeah, sometimes he found a motif that's wonderful for him. But for me, I love all your paintings. Steffi, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's very kind. And maybe you can convince him to get it for you if he hasn't already. And then the diamond technician said, I'd be very interested to see you start one of the newer Dreamer Design squares because I have definitely been holding off buying until I see more completions from content creators. There's a new Hannah Lynn that's gorgeous, but I don't know if I should get it because I don't want to be disappointed. Well, please don't wait for me. Please don't wait for me because you'll be waiting a long time. I hope you found some other content creators that have done some newer ones in that time, but I haven't yet. And I don't have any plans, unfortunately. Again, with diamond painting, my goal is to finish Tropicana, Inner Garden, Cognac Biscuit for Mucomania, what's it called? Cresting by Hannah, Iterations Crafts, and Creativity Squirrel. And then my Abraham Hunter, which is Sedona Majesty. So I'd like to finish those 5 paintings before I move. And then we'll see what happens after that. Once Tropicana is done, I won't have any rounds left. And I'm really going to try to force myself not to kit up a new round, because usually I like to have a round in a square. But I really need to focus on getting these square kits done because it's long overdue. So I don't think I'll be doing any. I probably won't be adding anything to that roster until. Oh, and then I have to do one for Mia, for Mia's year-long cat event that's happening next year, which she's coinciding with her Wizards event. So you can do one or the other for that first month, I think. So I'm probably going to pick one of my Yumeis. You know what I could do? I could do Fushimi Inari by Yume Art, because that's a round and it has a cat. So that'll probably be my next round. And then I'd like to be moved into a new place before I start breaking out any other stuff. So yeah, and maybe my Custom of Apollo if I decide to actually do it. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, I just don't have much time. As much time as I used to, and I have way more kits in my stash, so it's hard to, there's so many that I should do or want to do, it's just impossible. I put myself in a bad spot. But yeah, thank you for the comment, And L. McIntyre Brooks says, I looked at the customer reviews on this one and it's amazing, so shiny, sparkling, and rich. I don't have this one, but every time I see it, I keep debating picking it up. I haven't yet. It's not really my taste. I'm not such a tropical scene lover, but this one is gorgeous. Most of the kits I choose to buy are influenced, come on, by customer review photos. These photos are better than the DAC's render, artwork, or snapshot. Oh, that's good to know. And I knew when I saw that one, I was like, oh, I'm gonna love working on this. So yeah, yet another one that I need to do. That's Flamingo Paradise, by the way. Artemis says, do whatever floats your boat, because that's what I am about to do for my next canvas. Nice. Nice. And Sunrise Sunset says, I love hibiscus flowers. And Leslie P says, this is so you. It's a very interesting piece for Island of Time. Yeah, it is. Thank you. Michelle Hunter says, can't wait to see how it turns out. This one's on my wish list. Thanks for sharing, with a smiley face and a flamingo. And LMK Takwa says, in my stash and begging to be worked up. Probably one of my top 5 favorites of all time for Island of Time. Nice. Nice. The Creativity Squirrel, hi Bex, love you, says, did someone say meetup? We should do a diamond art painting cruise. I just got back from a cruise. There was a group of knitters who got together and hired one of the meeting conference rooms. They met up in the afternoon to knit, drink, laugh, and have a good time. I thought, how awesome would it be if we did that for diamond painting? A girl can dream. You should organize it. I would go. You should organize it and I will go. That sounds like a lot of fun. I think we can make it across. Come on. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, even if it was to destinations that aren't particularly on the top of my list, it'd still be cool to go and sit and eat and drink and diamond paint for a week or a long weekend or something. Yeah, you should get a little Facebook group together. And Lei Tensu says, hi Anthony, my name on here is actually pronounced Lee Tensu. A combo of my name, lucky number, and my university. Oh, okay, so Lee. Okay, hi Lee. Also, I had emailed Jade a couple months ago to see if she would consider rendering Celebration by Henry Clive, and I never heard anything back. She did. So I assumed it was a no-go. I nearly fell out of my chair when I saw she released it last week. Oh, okay, I just need to keep reading the comments. So I got it ordered along with Borealis. I'm just over here impatiently waiting for them. I hope you have them, and I hope you're working on them. I was gonna say, I know she released Celebration. It's on my wish list for Jade. Don't know if I'll ever get it, but yeah, that's a beautiful image. That's a beautiful image. Yay. Then, Soapy Cricket says, I have this comment because this is a much older video, but I was wondering if you ever completed either of these 2 paintings by Stephanie Littlebird. I recently picked up Two Spirit as a D-stash and was looking to see if anyone completed it. No, I'm way behind for this piece, but I just thought it was beautiful when I saw it. Haven't seen several unboxings, but have yet to see where anyone completed. Thanks. Can you sit, Apollo? Look at me. Good boy, thank you. Good job. I haven't, so I have Two Spirit and one other that I considered to be partner paintings or sister paintings, whatever you want to call it, from Stephanie Littlebird Fogel and Distracted by Diamonds. I have not completed either of those. I've pulled them out a number of times thinking I was going to start on them, but I always ended up going for something else. They're still in my stash, and I'm not sure if I will do them. I don't know. I could see those potentially being in my D stash. I just don't know. I'd have to pull them out and look at them again and just triple check the renderings to make sure that I'm still happy with the renderings, because again, my preferences and tastes and an eye for rendering has definitely evolved and changed since I originally bought those canvases, 2 years ago plus. So I'd have to take another look, but I haven't finished either one of those yet, unfortunately. And Pamela Matthews says that poor lost pedestrian was probably a lost Australian. You have no idea what happens to your internal direction compass when you change hemispheres. Remember wandering hopelessly last time I was in Denver. That's funny. I think that vlog, if I remember, we were walking around the same area we were just at and someone was just kind of aimlessly wandering. I was like, what's going on? And thank you for the comment. And Leslie Diamond Paints says, "You're neat." Thank you. And Asia says, "Congratulations on another finish. I really like this picture. That was for Warm Witch by Ivy Dollamore." Thank you. And DP Landscape Lover Alicia says, "It's so pretty for Flamingo Paradise." Lisa Noof says, "Love the tropical vibe and the pretty colors." Vaughn says, "The black border is everything, so unique." And Melissa says, "With your prompting, I ordered my first few enhancements from DP with sparklers that were not part of a preset kit." Ooh, nice. I'm going to bling up Deity Life from Femke Debra and Mooney Maid. Ooh, I love that one. I love their artwork as well. I think Mooney Maid does a fantastic job with those pieces. I want to add a little bit of sparkle to the mermaids' tails and a little pixie dust to the bodies of the mermaids. How awesome. Those were all in regards to Flamingo Paradise. How awesome. The Diamond Technician says, "Also check out Pure Morning by Carissa Rose on Art and Soul. It's a beautiful tattooed woman, and I've been wanting to pick it up. Would you consider it pinup?" Well, I'm so sorry I'm 7 months late to responding to this. I'm pretty sure I would. If it's a portrait image of a person done in a glamorous or fashionable or provocative manner, then yes, it's fine. I'm so flexible. And if I'm hoping that you decided to make that decision on your own and just go for it, because we're already at this point 2 weeks and a day into that event. Where are you going? We live this way. We live this way. Come on, baby. Veronica Backlund says, "OMG, when you talk about when Dune have a ball and you say, when he is playing with me or a human, it's fine. Are you not a human?" So funny. But yes, it's not fun with dogs that guard their toys or food. Yeah, for sure. I'm mostly human, I guess. And we've got Kathleen Schmader says, "My favorite phrase is, 'It's just a snowman, don't pee on it.'" Oh my goodness. It's funny. And thank you for the comment. Trying to give some heart emojis. Thank you. And Tracy Lautenschlager says, "OMG, your song to Dreamer Designs. I'm dying. You're the best." Oh, thank you. I don't even remember what that was, but thank you. Maybe I have to go listen back to that vlog. Corintia Shanta says, "I'm listening, I'm dying, thinking we're having a Selena." Oh, the Selena song, yes. What was it? Oh, I forget the name of that song. It's like Dreaming, maybe? Dreaming of You. Yes, I remember that now. That's funny. I'm thinking we're having a Selena sing-along, but we've been introduced to the remix. So funny. Oh my goodness. And they go on to say, "Hi Anthony, hope you had a good weekend. The Spooky Gamer Girl sold out quickly. I'm a Diamond member in the Michigan time zone, and that kit was sold out in 6 minutes. Wow, that's crazy." And then said, "The song at the end is everything. Thanks, Anthony." Of course. Thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it. No, in the yard. Why are you being squirrely today, huh? Why are you being squirrely? Huh? Hep up. Why are you being squirrely? Okay, go. Come on. Michelle Callender says, "So pretty. Love all the details." That was in regards to my finish and review of Warm Witch. Okay. Let's go, Appo. Let's go, Appo butt. And Debbie Rice says, "This is absolutely beautiful. I have it in my stash. Can't wait to see your enhancements for Candy Waterfalls." That's another one that won't be going anywhere. I love that kit. So glad I have that in my stash. Every time I see it in the garage, I'm like, yes, someday you shall be mine. I shall work on you. Artemis says, a witch books in tea, very peaceful artwork for Warm Witch. Thank you. That's hanging in the office now. And then Avery says, congrats on another finish. Thank you. And Marley Girl 9114 says, beautiful. Thank you. And Kim Delger says, since you are in the know, you probably know that Pixie Sticks is diamond painting and Dr. Pepper on YouTube. Love the vlog. Every crafter should do what makes them happy. I have a small stash. Is important for one person. Let them have a small stash. If someone takes pleasure in having a larger stash, let them have a larger stash. Let's get everyone to be themselves and do what makes them happy. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yes, I was aware that Pixie Sticks is diamond painting and Dr. Pepper. I've listened to a lot of their vlogs and stuff that they do, or whip-in chats, I should say. And yeah, great content too. I think I found that about her through Katie. So yeah. Tracy Cruz says, oh, Anthony, I left so hard at the HE double hockey sticks. I woke up my kids, LOL. That's funny. Let's cut through here, Apollo, and then we're gonna take the alleyway back because we're getting close to the house. Stay on the pathway, please. What else we got here? Thank you for the comments. And let's keep going, buddy. Let's keep walking forward. Aaron Dream says, this video I needed. I'm a huge fan of pink wax and nothing else really works for me yet. Growing frustrated with putty shopping because none of them work. They're stringy or messy or last for 25 drills before refusing to pick more up. I don't have these issues with pink wax and I use pens with old wax for ABs without issues. I'm buying 2 new putty options thanks to this video. I found your description so helpful. Thank you. Of course, and thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that was helpful. Don't know if I'll ever do another one, but I'm glad that was helpful for a lot of people. I mean, it encompassed some of my favorites that I've experienced over the past few years, so I think I can leave well enough alone. I had some newbies, some old standards, some relatively old standards, but I just don't know. I've said this, I think I even said it in the last vlog, I don't think I'm going to be that particular content creator for you that goes out of my way to spend money on a bunch of putties that I don't personally need just for the sake of ranking them. I think what I did that first round is I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. But who knows? Never say never, but it's not in the cards right now. So yeah. And then we have Casey, that's me. Hi. Says, I really enjoy listening to you. You're a favorite of mine for sure. Take care and keep being you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Lisa Noof says, hi, Anthony. There was a DP released on Black Friday called Starry Night, so you weren't losing your mind. LOL, however, it was not the new one this week that you wanted. The one from Black Friday is by Molly Harrison, and it's a fairy. I bought it because I think it will bling up beautifully. Oh, nice. I'm wondering if that was the mix-up, but I promise you, and I think at one point I did take a screenshot of that Starry Night kit that I purchased. I ended up purchasing because it did get released later on, of that image on their Black Friday website. It just wasn't actually released. So yeah, but it could have just been a mix up with the names and they put the wrong image up. I don't know. I'm not sure. Tracy Lotschlager says, so pretty. Can't wait to see this finish. Thanks for sharing for a color out of place softness from Diamond Painting Deutschland. Another kit I forgot I had. Kind of. Trin says, great canvas. Was wondering if you thought about flipping the canvas over when you're going over the drills. Yes, I did get comments like that I should flip the canvas over so it's on the white side, and I started doing that in subsequent unboxings, and will continue to do so. So I appreciate the suggestion. I think a couple people mentioned that because it's kind of hard to see the colors with the drill field in the background. So yes. Vaughn says, round gals unite. Yes, exactly. Take that, Mia. Thank you, Vaughn. Leslie P says, I loved this and grabbed it. I think it's an interesting piece, and there are parts that make me reflect on my life and where I'm headed. I really like the border too. That's in regards to Joyful Journey. How cool that you took that from that piece. That's awesome. I love that one. It's huge though, so that one might be on the D stash, honestly. I just don't know when I'd ever. Ever. It is beautiful though. Rat, I'll just say Ahmed says, Karen Landsman's work is always stunning. Yes, it is. That Koi's piece is gorgeous, and Vaughn finished it, and it looks beautiful. And she finished it fast. She finished it so fast. I was in awe by her ability to get kits done. It's incredible. And she's local. Maybe I could just have her do my whole stash for me. And I won't do a D stash. Just kidding, Vaughn. Unless they're rounds. The Diamond Technician says, hi, Anthony and Apollo. She's a big, beautiful girl for sure. I really like paintings with borders, so I really like this piece. I like the way Becca balances the imagery on both sides. Yes, I agree. And Asia says, hi, Anthony. Thank you very much for your support. It means a lot to me. It's hard at times, especially when I'm alone with my thoughts, but somehow I manage. I miss him every day. Oh, my goodness. I usually like listening to you reply to comments. I usually treat it as a podcast when it's just diamond painting. Thank you for being here. I hug you tightly and send you greetings from Poland. Thank you so much. And you as well. We'll see each other soon. Few comments for Joyful Journey. Stephanie Rosier says, this is a beautiful painting. It will have little surprises in each section you do. Mimi Sparkling Diamond says, pretty with all the colors. And Cynthia Gantz says, I love the colors. I have 2 pieces by her. Oh, nice. Thank you all for the comments. Lisa says, oh, this is gorgeous. Just wow for softness by color out of place. It is. It's a beautiful piece. I'm just curious to see how it works up as compared to, when I ever get to them, Diamond Art Club's versions. And Susan Downey says, love this. Very tempted to get it for Joyful Journey. And Dana Corbin says, I love double-sided adhesive. They do need your patience, but if I love, and I mean love the art, I will get it. Yeah, for sure. I just can't. I just simply cannot. I've tried it, I think on two or three separate occasions. I've tried it, 2 of which were very early on in my diamond painting career, and I was so frustrated with the amount of gapping I had because I couldn't shuffle the drills around. And then I think one time I tried it later on, maybe later that summer, my first year of diamond painting, and I was like, nope, double-sided adhesive only for me. So I just know myself, and it went into good hands, and it looked stunning when finished. So I have no regrets. Tiny Turtle says, I love the border and colors, but the interior gives off doodles in a junior high notebook kind of vibe. Would love to see videos of this one, though, especially if you bling it up. That's for Joyful Journey. I guess I could see that. I did. I think there was a dragon sitting on top of a crystal on that kit that I was like, not 100% sure, but I think it'll come together. And I think it's just personal taste. You know, I liken that kind of style artwork to some more, I guess, artists that appeal to a younger crowd. I think just with the bright colors and just the imagery, but there's also a ton of meaning and purpose behind it. So it's just so much more deep than that. I don't know, but to each their own. I really like Becca's artwork. It's just not usually something that I would do as a diamond painting, but I appreciate it. So yeah. Susan Inks and Drills says, I really want to try diamond painting Deutschland J-Wall kit at some point. I don't know if I would like double-sided adhesive, but I hate slippery glue, so maybe I wouldn't mind. This is a beautiful painting, and I bet the finished diamond painting will be beautiful too. It is. I didn't do it, but it is. Vaughn, you can chime in and let people know how it went and your thoughts on the process of it, because I don't think I got feedback on how you liked working on it. I just saw you holding up that big old canvas. Yeah, if you're not into slippery glue, then I don't know. I can't say yes or no. I won't say yes or no because I despise double-sided adhesive, but I might be an outlier. I'm not sure. But yeah. And then Jeannie Fulp says, I wear a night guard every night. I buy the disposable ones you wear at home, much cheaper. I gnaw through mine also. I saw a Brux night guard. I might look into that one. It's annoying because like you, I do it throughout the day and I'm sure it's not a habit I can break since I only notice after the fact. Tell Apollo hello and dog hugs to him. Okay, I will. I'll give him some extra hugs today when we get back. Yes, I started wearing a just over-the-counter night guard that I get at Target. And I just replaced it a few weeks ago because I had gnawed through it. It was all kind of thinned out. So I just replaced it, but I've been trying to wear that every night. But yeah, thank you so much for the comment. Deanna M0316 says, when it comes to tasks that I can put off until forever, like they don't really have immediate need for being done sort of thing, I assign it an amount of time on a timer. For whatever reason, I'll be more convinced to do a task if I put down 3 minutes, 10 minutes, etc. Set the timer and go. Maybe this will help someone. Absolutely. That's very helpful. I've been trying to get better at doing those kinds of things. And I also have learned that if I just set days aside, like Saturday is laundry, or Sunday's laundry and house stuff, rather than trying to pick at it, I tend to get a lot more done than trying to just do like onesie twosie things because I get easily distracted. So I'm like, by the end of the day, bathrooms need to be done, laundry needs to be done, then that's helpful. Ooh, someone's screeching around the corners here. Gosh. Mel Bell says fairy dust stands for fairy dust. I love it. Love the painting also. I must have said that during the unboxing. Sorry. And then Peggy O'Neill says, oh, you are so funny. When you're ready, you'll know when you want to add little humans. Oh, no, I won't. Oh, no, I won't ever. No, thanks. Not interested. I will do pets only. Thanks. It's just not... It's not a choice I'll ever make. I just know that in my heart, that's just not my style. But thank you for the comment. I'll always have puppers around. The next goal when I move is to get Apollo a brother or sister. It's the next step in life. Going back to we have 6% battery left. We're gonna make that the last comment because we're just coming up on the house here. But yeah, we got through another month's worth of comments. Well, we're kind of flip-flopping between 7 months and 8 months for whatever reason. I'm not sure. It looks like we only have a few more 7-month-old comments. Actually, if I get through a few more, we'll get to being a year behind. So let me switch the battery out. We're going to keep going. I want to get this. I want to get caught up. Hold on. Okay, sorry, just swapped out the battery. Yeah, we're only a few comments away from being... from going back a year, so that's like a pretty big milestone to get that far back. And from there, I think we probably get that done in like maybe one more vlog, maybe two, and we'll be 100% caught up with all comments. I'll have responded to every single one, at least the ones that I didn't skip because I technically responded to them, but I'm not posting those vlogs because I was being a complainy pants during them. Talking about stuff that I don't want to talk about anymore. So we'll keep going. And this will be a good jump start to my new walking challenge. If you recall, I do something called Conqueror virtual walking challenges. So you sign up for something. So let's say you want to walk, like I did the Road to Hana in Hawaii a couple years back. So you virtually walk the Road to Hana, and you can go on the app and see how far along you're on the trail or on the Road to Hana in Hawaii, but it's all virtual. And then they email you with little postcards like, you just walked past this landmark, or you just walked past this historic waterfall, or whatever, you know. Then at the end, when you've completed it, they send you an actual medal. They're these beautiful medals that are super detailed and stuff. I've shown them on vlogs before. So I just finished the Pacific Crest Trail that started in like Mexico, kind of like Baja California, and went all the way up to through Washington to Canada. I just finished that yesterday on our walk, and that took me a little over a year, and it was like 3,400 something miles. So we did that. And so today I signed up for the Continental Divide Trail, which starts in, I think, New Mexico, like the Mexico-New Mexico border, I think. And it goes all the way up through Colorado and all the way up into Montana, blah, 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 and it goes up to Canada. So it's the Continental Divide Trail. That's 2,843 miles, I think it was. And I gave myself a year to do that. So we've got almost another 3,000 miles to walk this year. So it took me a little over a year to do the last one. It took a year and 3 months to walk the 3,000 something miles. So I think I can get this one done in a year or less. Ready? Hop up. And so my medal for Pacific Crest is being shipped. So I'll share that with you when it comes in. Should be here in the next week or so. But yeah, let's get through a few more comments and then we'll loop back to the house, and we're making some really good progress. I can't believe we've gotten through all these. Anyway, going back to my finish of Warm Witch, Lisa Noof says, she's so pretty, thank you. And Debbie Rice says, beautiful, I have her in my stash. Nice. And Artemis says, hiya, thanks for the vlog. Of course, anytime. Still here, still out here doing them. And Patty H, 7796 says, taking double-sided adhesive off the canvas is pretty easy, and then we just put the glue that you get from Diamond Art Club on, or Diamond Dots, and it works great. Oh, that's good to know. I think a couple other people have commented that you can remove the double-sided adhesive and do your own. I'm just going to chalk it up to being lazy. I'm too lazy to do that. I don't think there's any canvas or any piece that I would be so in love with that I would go through the process of doing that. So you can call me lazy or not a serious diamond painter, but I will never do that. That seems like, even if it's not hard, it's too hard. I just wouldn't. But for those of you that will commit and do something like that to get a piece done that you really love, that's incredible. That's amazing. I don't ever see myself even considering that. No. It went to good hands. The applesauce, so start it now? Yes. For Joyful Journey, no. No. The answer is no, and I don't know if I will. Ooh, I just saw a little flash of lightning. We're almost done. We're just gonna go up the block and around. We've got like 4 more comments left. So yeah, no on Joyful Journey, and I'm not sure if I ever will, because it might be a D-stash. We'll see. Kathy Gorner says, hi Anthony, I like seeing the drills, but perhaps not call out the numbers, and perhaps put low volume music to them. I watch another channel. That's how she does it. More pleasant experience. Do love seeing where the special drills go. Okay, cool. And I did take, I've had several comments in my time that say that people have said they don't need to hear all the DMCs. And I did change that. So since that time, I've just been talking about general color palette and then calling out the special drills. So yeah. Thank you. We have Mr. Savage Beat says, I skipped the part where you list the DMC. Seeing the canvas and the artwork is what I watch for. Oh, okay, good to know. And I have changed that. So yeah, come on, buddy. And then Kadzuku says, you'd think if someone has watched your videos, they'd know that that's not an attitude towards AI art you appreciate. I'm still a bit skeptical about the AI programs, but I have nothing against the actual artist unless they're purposely trying to copy someone's style to make a quick buck. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's still something, again, my only thing is everyone should be treated with kindness and respect as artists, regardless of what digital medium they use, because they're all people at the end of the day. So you might not like that they use AI art, or you might not ever buy their artwork or support their artwork, but you don't need to be nasty or cruel or call them thieves or anything like that on social media. Even if you feel that way, you don't need to get online and be popping off like that. Like, nobody needs it. So yeah, I totally get it. I don't really even think about it anymore. Of like, I don't check to see like, oh, is this an AI artist or not? I just buy what I like. And the only reservation to that is if I saw some artwork and I'm like, if I was like, is that a Yume? Then I'd be like, okay, I'm not quite sure about that. So yeah, that's kind of what would cause me pause if it looked too similar to something else from another artist that I've seen before. But yeah, I'm still a supporter of AI artwork and AI artists to the extent that I buy what I like. And I've learned a lot about the creative process through Hannah and some others. So I'm here for it. So Diamond Painting Shop has been releasing some really beautiful images that I think are AI. The artists use AI as a tool in their toolkit. And I'm just like, if I was still building a stash, I'd be buying so many of these. So y'all should go take a look if you're interested. Okay, let's flip it. It's starting to rain and we're almost caught up. Well, to a year back. Then Vaughn says, I guess adopted kids could be considered rescues, maybe. I don't know about that. And Mia says, I about died. We were just all over the place on that call. I mean, if you adopt, that could technically be considered rescue, right? Oh, that's right, because I think Mia had asked me, have I ever considered adopting? And I was talking about rescue animals, and she's like, no, kids. And I was like, oh, God, no. I remember that now. Going back to some of these comments just takes you down memory lane. Okay, so we're going to keep responding, but we've officially hit comments that are from September of 2024. So we're going to keep cruising. I think in total we have, oh geez. Oh, maybe we have more than a 2 vlogs worth. Oh yeah, I'm a scrolling and I'm a scrolling. Yeah, we still have a lot to get to, but at least we've hit the September mark of 2024. Oh my goodness. Can't believe I let myself get that far behind. All right, Colin Mishka says, hi, Anthony. Oh, this one's popping up. Oh, nope. I just refreshed and it's showing me a few more. They're just all mixed up. I'm seeing a few more that are 7 and 8 months old. Dang it. That's okay. I feel like we've done good work. We're gonna keep going. Colin Mishka says, hi Anthony, I'm really curious to see your enhancement of Starry Night. I felt the same about the rendering. I'm currently working on Galactic Wanderer, the Milky Way by Patrick Corrigan in DAC. I was hoping that Starry Night would be a nice companion piece to go with that. Oh well, I hope you're doing well. By the way, I'm happy to hear that things are going well with Matt. Well, okay. I have an update for you, LOL. I mean, the rescues and the rehab animals, and he diamond paints what's not to love. There was some things not to love. But yes, I mean, it was a good match in that sense that we had similar interests and cared about similar things. So I'm getting closer. But yeah, it just wasn't the right fit after all. But that's okay. It happens. And Mia says, hi, love. Thanks for keeping me company about Dreamer Designs. I think it's more about each individual person's opinion. Let's go back this way. Boop, boop, boop. Each person's personal opinion, that it is the truth itself. Some isn't bothered with gapping or if the drills are not all the same size. I'm still going to steer clear of them, especially after their blunder with the canvas. That was almost identical to the Mrs. Butter D artwork. Oh, yeah, I don't know all the details with that, but I get you. I get you. Sending love and hugs to both you and Apollo. Thank you. Thank you, Mia. Lisa Noof says, hi, Anthony. I know what you mean about getting the itch to kit up another diamond painting. I have several kitted up, but when you mentioned Breakfast Buddies by Ivy Dollamore, I now have an urgent desire to kit her up too. Yeah, that one's in the basement. It hasn't made it out to the garage yet because I don't have room for it, but yeah, that one I'll get to that someday too. Oh, I completely forgot that I have some Diamond Art Clubs coming. I wonder if they'll get here tomorrow. It's usually if I order on Saturday. Well, no, I didn't order on release day. I ordered on Sunday, so I probably won't get them till Thursday. But yeah, I've got two kits. Anthony. Artemis says, oh, okay, yeah, this is good. I would bling the hell out of the border so that my eyes watered a little every time I looked at it. Artemis, you're always coming in with the jokes. I love it. My favorite of hers is Garden, no idea what the name is. Oh, okay, interesting. I don't know all of Becca Tyndall's by heart, but yeah, good artwork, good artist. Then going back to my unboxing of Koi's, Tiny Turtle says, life is too short to settle for double-sided adhesive. I want that on a t-shirt or on a cover minder or on a sticker, or it just says it in text on washi tape, because I live by that. I live by that. Life is too short for double-sided adhesive. That's awesome. Thank you. And we've got... Jeannie Fulp says, there's nothing wrong with that painting, nothing, for the mixed bag 3 diamond painting kits. I don't know, but thank you for the comment. I'm sorry. Then Michelle Callender says, hi, I really enjoyed the tours. Thanks for taking us along. That's when I went to Stanley Hotel in Estes Park last year for this channel, and I went again this year for Coaster Pursuit. Linda Salazar, I loved your video. It was great. It made me miss Schlitterbahn in New Braunfels, Texas, near San Antonio. If you start doing more travel theme park videos, add this park to the list. Okay, will do. I know of that park. I know of Schlitterbahn, so I will keep that in mind. Near San Antonio. Okay, so could I go there? I could go there if I go to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, and SeaWorld. I could add Schlitterbahn to the list. Maybe that gives me more reason to make a special trip out there. Nice. Joyce Shorter says, I agree 100% that the box in a box is just too much waste. Have an amazing day. That was in regards to my unboxing of Lost Oasis, which they since have fixed at DAC. Then Catherine Hauserman says, do not worry, box in a box were short-lived. They're already changed back to the old format. Yay! Okay, cool. Cool. And F Care 87 says, I wish DAC would give you an option to get a toolkit or not. That would also have save on unnecessary product packaging. And Catherine Hauserman says that's probably adding an extra step that would make it more difficult for them, because hence why DAC isn't doing it. Yeah, I couldn't imagine them doing that, because then someone would have to go in when it arrives at their facilities or their warehouses and pack them. They already come like that from China or wherever they get packaged and manufactured. They already get sent wrapped and ready to go. I could not imagine them decide of doing that or not. I see how other small shops do it, and it's fine because they have the capacity and the ability to customize like that. But I would never expect DAC to stop doing that. If anything, I would say that they should just not include any toolkits in any of their kits. And if you're a new first-time diamond painter, then they would give you the option to add a toolkit for $1 or something if you wanted $1 or $2, but just not include them. I would almost go the opposite way, which I think is probably the more controversial methodology. But I would almost say no toolkits for anybody unless they ask for them and pay for them. That's the way to probably truly save on waste, is just to not put them in there. So it's not an option, it's just a no unless you pay us to get one. And if you're first timer, we have a cheapy kit for $1, $2. And otherwise you can just purchase a la carte from the accessories. That's probably controversial, but it's how I think that would be the true way to eliminate the waste. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go. We're back to the house. We are now squarely in, nope, we still have, you've got to be kidding me. It just keeps I don't know where these other comments are coming from, but it just keeps pulling 7 and 8 month old comments up to the top, even though I get to a year. So we'll see how long that lasts before we truly are a year back. But we've made some really good progress. I'm going to keep trying to film these vlogs to continue to respond to comments, and I may try to do a whip and chat version as well. But thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. And hey, do you like theme parks? Hey, do you like fun and excitement? Do you like roller coasters and also just general gabbing and coming along while on travel vlogs? Well, then you'll love Coaster Pursuit, my other channel. Head on over, take a peek, subscribe. You're gonna love it. Okay, bye everyone. Bye, 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 bye.